So the craziest thing happened just now. We witnessed probably around 50 migrants just break into our country.
Oh,
more than that. You think more than 50? More than that. I'm with Carlos.
Like 200.
Probably about 200, he says. Wow. It was hard because they were coming in waves. So that was the most interesting part of my entire trip here so far.
Anna Perez of the Stu Peters Network commenting on her recent trip to the southern border.
I got into it with one of the National Guard members, and I wasn't even talking to them. I was filming the migrants going in, and I said, because it's true, I said, wow, enjoy your free cell phones. I hope none of these children will be sex trafficked, but we obviously know they will be. And one of the National Guard members goes, that's kind of harsh. Okay, well, you're committing treason by allowing these people into our country. So maybe you should have thought about that. Maybe that's kind of harsh to be destroying America.
Notice how that homophobic slur just rolls off of Perez's tongue? She used it to describe the National Guard member on duty. By her own account, she baits the guardsman with her words, then is incredulous that she received the most benign response back. That's all she needed to lash out with homophobia. Sex trafficking and abuse surely is an ugly part of what happens to some of those entering the United States. But way to detract from the seriousness of it by hurling insults. Perez's use of the word treason and saying destroying America are deliberately chosen white supremacist talking points that play well with her audience, but also help to immediately devalue human beings. In order to preserve white culture, they must be looked at as other and less than. Given Perez's past body of work, these comments are hardly unexpected or out of the ordinary.
Of course there are satanic cults that are running this. Of course there's child abuse. Of course there's pedophiles everywhere in the government. And guess what? The mainstream media is protecting them too, and that's why she feels the need to ask him these questions. Well, guess what? Trump wouldn't, he would not basically say that that wasn't true because he knows it's true. And he knows that, and he even said it himself, he was basically supporting QAnon by saying, hey, I hear they're against pedophiles, so am I. Because he knows, and that was another hint he was dropping to us. This is all part of the puzzle that I'm trying to put together here, which is that the deep state, you know, ultimately this past raid of Mar-a-Lago, it's a threat. It's a threat because they don't want him to expose the pedophiles that he knows about. We all knew it was only a matter of time before Marjorie Taylor Greene was the next target. Her personal account was already banned from Twitter. She's blacklisted from several media outlets. And now her house gets mysteriously swatted just when her bill against child abuse legislation begins to gain headway. Hell, there is no logic for why we would even need a bill like this. Unless, of course, that is, sanity and reason no longer apply because the said society is governed by a demonic cabal of autocrats intent on protecting the worst people imaginable. Well, if that's true, then Marjorie Taylor Greene is in their way, and they will stop at nothing to try and take her down.
Conspiracy theories, particularly those with their roots in anti-Semitism and white supremacy, like the QAnon movement, are such valuable tools. Hardliners and bigots have used them with much success to push their political agendas. Just think about this. If these conspiracy theories hadn't gained so much prominence, so many people would be left to ponder the truth and debate how best to deal with the truth.
Because President Trump would take a bullet for me. President Trump is taking a bullet for me. President Trump is prepared to take a bullet for all of us. What he's doing is actually Christ-like, and I never thought that before until today. I actually used to make fun of people who would say that because I thought, okay, that's not made fun of them, but I would be like, all right, that's a little extreme, but he's literally going to prison for us. Even if he did incite an insurrection, dare I say, so what? So what? We need an insurrection in this country. So what? We need to bring back the America that we once were. You think they wouldn't start an insurrection? Were you not just listening to what I just showed you? So what if he did, even if that were true? The funny part is he didn't.
What we're seeing here is we're just seeing that this sort of revenge of the nerds mentality where, you know, we had Trump as president. He was this cool guy who kind of encouraged individualism. He encouraged, you know, the free market, you know, everything that goes along with America as a whole. And now we're seeing almost anger. It's almost like a personal crusade, it seems like, from people.
Anna Perez is a peddler of hate packaged in a seemingly stereotypically normal exterior. Someone we've been taught not to fear in this country on sight. That's the first buy-in. And then, when she has your attention, the indoctrination begins. She's a prime example of how the worst of Maga continues to have so much power and does such lasting harm. As usual, this kind of hate and approach is learned behavior. Anna Perez falls from the Stu Peters tree, her boss. He made a career out of being a massive bigot and conspiracy theorist. What theories does he push? Well, the most dangerous, usual ones. He's apparently respected by many Republicans who he is connected with, even as he claims blacks are genetically predisposed to becoming criminals and that LGBTQ people should be shot. Judaism, he says, is a death cult, and journalists and folks who believe in the vaccine should be executed. Yes, this is Perez's inspiration to continue to spread the hate with a specific, proven technique.